so just let me keep ticking like a metronome and my thoughts keep telling me to get.
So yeah, welcome to a new video. This one is gonna be a bit of freestyle. Since a viewer asked me if I can do, because of Sunbreak is gonna get released on the consoles and shit, if I can do a post progression guide for the bow. And yeah, that's here I am and doing the guide for you. Before we start, I just want to mention some bows that you wanna aim for before you're making any armor on this shit. All this shit. On this case, I'm gonna focusing mainly on spread bows because spread bows are fucking strong. Not gonna go in a bit further into pierce and rapid bows. This you can find out by yourself. But yeah, starting off with the bows, you want to aim for bows like the barrier of bow is a pretty strong ice bow. The Kezu bow also, if I can find these fucking bows, I'm gonna tell you the fucking name. The Kezu bow is a pretty strong bow. And you also want to aim for the Strike's bow, which is pretty strong. You also want to aim for the crab bow, because the crab bow is also pretty strong. And for the fire, you want to aim for the Rathian bow, because it's also pretty strong. Yeah, considering to this 5 bows that you can gonna look up, so basically it's the main spread bows of the element. Most of them are pretty strong. And also starting off, I'm gonna give you like wait, let me go to the side, like 3 or 4 armors that I can give you. Oh wait, 1, 2, 3 and 4 is a special one from me. Yes, all right. So the first one is you're starting off in the master rank, coming on with, I don't know, maybe your Strike's armor full or whatever do you have for a set. Gonna start on master rank 1 or 2, and then you're gonna want to aim for this build. Especially you don't need a good charm, but at least you need to melt the weakness exploit with the level 2 slot upgrades. At least you can try on melt on that to get that. So yeah, then you want to put like dragon here or your basic elemental decoration that you want to have. Then you can put a critical boost in this, can put a critical boost in this, critical boost in this, and that's basically everything you need besides maybe a spirit bird called elemental of the thing that you have. On my case on the Strike's bow, just put an attack boost to reach like stats like this, that you get the attack boost, critical eye, dragon attack, constitution, critical boost, and classical shit. Also, when it comes to dango, you should take things like marksman at the first, fighter at the second. If you have stamina, just take glutton at last, or just take slugger if you are pretty confident enough with your stamina. Also, not to considering which cat and shit should you use. Of course, you can use a dog that you like, but when it comes to cat, you should use a cat that has skills like go, fight, win, furious, realm, meowsing, raw. Because you want to have that, and you also want to take for elemental attack and status attack and critical attack and shit only on the cat. Too. That when the kitty roars, you get a huge buff and do a fuck ton of damage. So yeah, that's the one that you keep until you're like, I don't know, maybe master rank 3 to 6, where you can farm a bit more monsters. Also, not considering if you have feeling like you're having a lack of damage, you can also use the bishaten bow. It's a pretty strong bow. It does pretty good damage. Has also paralyzed coating and poison coatings up, and also can shoot power coating, so it has a bit of utility in the bow. And also had a level 3 slot, which you can utilize also, of course. So yeah, after you use that, just been grinding a bit, like also on the switch skills, using like the hair, cool and draw if you have it already, should have it already, and the jump. So yeah, once you reach the master rank 3 to 6, you can farm the monsters 3 to 6. You should go with the, where the fuck is it? I'm having too much shit. Go with this one. Because this one may not give you an attack boost or something, but it gives you a critical element, a bit of affinity, and gives you also a stamina surge, which you can utilize. At this point you won't have reload speed, since you get that from farming normally monsters, so use everything you wanna feel confident, like take a flinch free javel, level 1 javel, take a spirit book or whatever, feels pretty comfy. Also you want to considering getting at least a constitution charm and maybe 2 slot upgrade or 3-2, depends on what you can get, to get stamina surge and weakness exploit in. Same like here, going for the elemental, here putting like 1 latent power, 1 critical boost, 1 latent power, dragon, the elemental of your weapon, and nothing. You want to use the mighty bow feather from the other rank cause of the cause that you get 1 level extra charge on a bow. Since later on when we're making another build, you're gonna have the mighty bow javel as a decoration himself, so you don't need this headpiece anymore. So yeah, that's a good alternative that you can use for mastering 3 to 6. And yeah, we are moving on the next thing. So yeah, when we're moving on the next thing, we are using it's like, I would say, master rang 3 to 9, where you have a bit more shit that you can farm and get a better armor, because this is just the preparation of the armor. I just want to showcase you. So yeah, I'm gonna re-show you the armor parts. This one, it gives you dragon attack, constitution, critical eye, boost, weakness exploit, also gives you spread up level 3, critical element level 3, and later on you are getting the bow charge javel, which gives you 1 level up on the shot type. So yeah, you want to use the main element, critical element, critical boost, weakness exploit, whatever you feel comfy in. Again, in this case it's critical boost by me. Weakness exploit, you take 1 spread up here, make that javel to get that on level 3, and here you put like a weakness exploit in. On the charm is still the same, nothing has changed, and it gives you a pretty huge boost, and you do a good chunk on damage. So yeah, that's like for 3 to 9 that you can use, because about 3 to 9 you're gonna get the most monsters unlocked and can farm a bit more, or have a bit more armor pieces. It said like 5 bits in like 1 fucking minute. But yeah. So later on, when you are in the higher rank, like 9 to 10, 12 or some shit, when you also can finally start melting curio arguments and shit, you want to aim for this armor, because this armor is pretty good. And also on this armor you want to get main type of your bow, since spread up, pierce up or some shit on level. Weakness exploit 2 will be a nice add-on if you can have it. If not, then not. This charm is a modded charm. So basically I added the charm that you can get it perfectly, but you won't in this case. So unless you have a pretty good RNG, then you can get it. But yeah, otherwise I would recommend you at least talking about the set and talking about option that you can use for the weakness exploit. So yeah, putting like in burst, putting I don't know, elemental exploit, you're putting mighty bow charge plus, putting a constitution, stamina surge in. Same here, you're gonna go full on charge master, because charge master, elemental exploit and critical element, you always want to have these 3 if you can get them. So then you're gonna aim for constitution 2 and a critical or elemental exploit on this. Here you're gonna use adrenaline rush and charge master or critical element, I don't know what I used. On this case I used I used the hard blaze for this to get the elemental attack, as you can like use it on this. And also, not to mention, you want to get the Kushala blessing or a flame scale if you use an ice, water bow or fire bow. Depends on the type, because you want to get them at level 2 because they buff like 10% on each. So yeah. If you, for example, don't have a weakness exploit charm, only the spread up charm or some shit, you can just sacrifice a burst or maybe a refresh to get a weakness exploit 3. It's not that important. So yeah, since this armor has a bit of curio, if you can see, you want to aim mostly in the armor if you can get it that good. You want to aim mostly for slot upgrades. Slot upgrades, slot upgrades, slot upgrades. That's everything you need basically. Because of you want to get on these skills, because it gives you charge master, critical eye, critical boost, weakness exploit, critical element, stamina surge, adrenaline rush, and elemental exploit, blessing, burst, reload speed, a bit of peak performance, a blade skill that you're closer and scouting getting buffed when you parry an attack and shit. Also, not to mention, you want to play, of course, dodge bolt, because dodge bolt is pretty strong. So yeah, once the kitty roars, your damage is gonna go fucking boom. So yeah, you can basically melt monsters with this build. So, yeah. On this example, I can take for you Rathian. Yeah, we take a Rathian is always good to draw. So yeah, also you want to aim on the stats like this, like attack boost and critical element, or a critical element. On elemental damage, so yeah. If you cannot understand my English very well, it's pretty okay. I'm gonna link you also a guide in the description for some armors and post progression that you can also take a look on. So yeah, basically it's not that hard. So yeah, now we're gonna use our shit, what we learned. Going into this because I'm gonna take a Rathian. I could also take a Geistmagormi, doesn't matter. So in this I could take a Rathian because he's easy to showcase and easy to practice. And also a tip not to mention, use always the endemic life. Use it always. Use the blue bugs, use the blue beetle, use the thunder beetle, whatever, to maximize your damage. Like I can recommend you in combo since you get the absolute power shot at a certain rank on the bow. Also the switch kills like dodge bolt and absolute power shot and shit. You can stun monster, which means you could make a combo like throw a water beetle on the Rathian. Example, stun her once, then maybe try jump, stack the ride, and after the ride you're gonna throw an electro thunder beetle or some shit. And by that you have half CC chain on the Rathian. And you wanna also Herculean drop a monster flinches to get the maximum amount of damage up. And also, if you get the close range coating buff, you want to use that. Because most of the time it does more damage. And yeah, also through the resin armor you get also something like powder and shit. Like the powder metal that does a fuck ton of damage. So yeah. See this, like this hunt was not even like 1 minute, like 2-5, without even I don't know, the kitty hasn't roared or anything, as I see. And you also did a fucking chunk of damage on her face, so. And then after that, if you get shit like Bolt Burst and also get, how the fuck do you call this, get Herculean Draw, you're even gonna do more damage. So yeah, it's a pretty strong build that you can use in the further for the rank. Unless you retire normally, then you need a better build, like suicide build or some shit. But I'm not gonna cover that since it's a post-progression guide and not also how to play the fucking endgame. So it's just for the middle game that you get a decent armor and are able to farm new armors and shit. But yeah, it's a pretty strong armor, does pretty fuck ton of damage, and I recommend you using this. So yeah, that's basically everything I have for you. I'm gonna link you the guide that you get a deeper look into decorations and shit and the build metrics. And yeah, have a good one, enjoy Sunbreak, and wish you the best.